So the Marina Mabrey might be the most unlucky player in the entire WNBA. I mean that. She might legitimately be the most unlucky player in the WNBA. Because in the last 3 years, she has been in not the greatest win-now situations. And then immediately, in fairness, requested a trade, got out of them. Teams got really good hauls. So the Dallas Wings got an unbelievable haul, sending her to the Chicago Sky. Then the Connecticut Sun gave up a big haul to get her because they thought she was their best chance of winning a ring this year, because they knew everyone was leaving in the offseason. And obviously they didn't win a ring. They probably would have. Honestly, genuinely, I think that they would have made it if she had just played. If she was not injured, they would have made the finals. They would have won the championship. I just think they had the Liberty's number. But obviously, didn't work out that way. Dwana Bonner's gone to Indiana. To join Caitlin Clark. Alyssa Thomas has gone to Phoenix. Dejanay's gone to Dallas, who ironically Marina Mabrey played for before Chicago. Ty Harris is playing for Dallas in a different trade that ended up being a big trade. It's complicated. But Marina Mabrey has requested a trade. And now, Sun president jabs back at Marina Mabrey in denying trade request. The Suns president isn't adhering to Marina Mabrey's trade request and threw some harsh words her way. Marina Mabrey does not need to play basketball this year. And I mean that. She does not need to play basketball. On February 5th, news broke that Connecticut Sun guard and elite WNBA sharpshooter Marina Mabrey requested a trade. After all 5 of their starters left. However, a February 18 article conveyed that the Sun aren't going to adhere to Marina Mabrey's trade request. And in asserting her team's trade request denial, Sun president Jennifer Rosati took a dig at Mabrey. We knew at the time she'd already forced her way to 2 teams, so it was a bit risky for her to trade for her, but we felt like it was worth it. Says the signing for Marina Mabrey after Jackson wrote that the Sun are denying her trade request. Oh dear Lord. Rosati does have a fair point, as Marina landing with the Suns last season was a direct result from her requesting trade away from the Sky. Mabrey was traded from the Sky to the Wings in February 2023, while there doesn't appear to be any public assertion that Mabrey requested a trade from the Dallas to Chicago. Perhaps Rosati knows something that the public does not. Regardless, it's fascinating to hear Rosati not pulling punches when speaking about arguably the best player still in her roster ahead of what could be a tough season for Connecticut. Marina Mabrey does not have to play basketball this year. And I actually mean that. Like, she's probably doing well. For the sake of $200K, like, will she sit out the year? Like, that's the thing. People do not realize that Marina Mabrey is someone who's made decent money for a while. She's going to continue to make decent money on her next WNBA contract post obviously salary cap boom, post CBA, and she can just refuse to play. Like, are the Connecticut Sun going to gonna have her, or she could do a Jimmy Butler. For all we know, she could pull a Jimmy Butler. She could go out there and just start chucking 1-leg threes. She could pull a freaking Jimmy Butler. But I don't think the Sun are as bad as people think. Like, if they get a decent power forward in the draft, like they got the 8th pick. So if they can get like Anissa Morrow there, going out with Tina Charles the 5, Anissa Morrow at the 4, Marina Mabrey at the 2, somebody like a J or a Layla Lacan at the 3, and running Tash Cloud at the 1. Like, that's not a bad team. Like, it's not a playoff team. It's not a bad team. But like, I would have just tried to get your assets back for her. You don't have your pick this year. I would just try to get her. Try to find some way that you can get her. You can get off her and get your pick back. Like, that's the thing. Like, at least the positive sign is you did so well last year because of the WNBA's 2-year rule that you're only going to be giving up like the 5th pick. So it's not quite as bad as the potential 2027 first pick. Because like, I wonder what players not named Layla Lacan and JC Sheldon are going to be on the Connecticut Sun, and whoever they draft this year and that aren't drafted. Like, what free agents are going to decide to play for the Sun? Like, for me, I'm just confused. I'm like, Who in their right mind would do this? Genuinely, who in their right mind would would sign for them? Like, Mabrey was traded for the Sky, whatever. Fascinating to hear, not pulling punches. Like, I don't know what they're doing here. Like, it's mad. All the conversation is about a player who blamed Caitlin Clark on not solving racism, and fans calling her out for that, and her believing that people calling her out for a tweet means they're calling her out for a race, not because of what she said, and it's caused uproar, and now it's Fever fans bad again. So people have not forgot that Marina Mabrey is basically being told, nah. Marina Mabrey is now, in fact, no longer playing. No longer being traded. And it is the crazy thing. And it's the fact that she's not the only one. Natasha Cloud. Marina Mabrey and Natasha Cloud in the Sun front office begging to be released. Like, how can you be mad? You got them sharing the court with 10-year-olds who are having a birthday party. Like, that's the thing with the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun are either going to have to sell their team soon. Like, they have to. They have to sell their team soon. And I mean that. They have to. Like, there's no way the new CBA will allow the Connecticut Sun to keep their team. Like, genuinely, it's madness. It's absolutely madness. And the fact that she went to the media about her trade request means that she's being serious. She's being serious. And the fact that she went to the media to request her trade, and the Sun went to the media to deny it. It is mental. Like, it's absolutely mental. But I wonder, does Marina Mabrey go for it next year? Like, because again, she is borderline all-star level player. Does she go for it and get her all-star? Like, she's a zero-time all-star, but she's one of definitely the better players to be a zero-time all-star. So, like, I wouldn't put too much weight in that. But, again, still a zero-time all-star. But still, like, you can't just go around... Well, you can go around denying trade requests. I was about to say you can't do it publicly, but you know what? Marina Mabrey made the trade request publicly, so... fair enough, but still... Still, like, if you're the Connecticut Sun, it's hard to deny trade requests because, again... During the playoffs, your team had to stop practice because a 2-year-old's birthday party was on at the same time and had to train on a half a court. Like, there's no way in hell if you are the Connecticut Sun, you can do this. There's no... Also, the Connecticut Sun are going to be forced to trade to sell their franchise, aren't they? Anyway, I'll see you guys.